Mr. Mayor, I'm good now.
Okay, everybody should be on.
Mayor, you're live on Facebook.
Welcome, everybody, to the council work session for August 18th, 2020. I apologize for the slight delay, but we are here. We're going to start with invocation by Councilman Evans. Councilman Armijo. Invocation by Councilman Armijo, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be done by Councilman Andrews.
Okay, if we could please bow our heads. Dear Lord, we want to take a moment out of our day, pray for all those with COVID-19 and those who are suffering and those that have passed away. We ask you to give them strength, the family strength, and we ask that we find a vaccine to help us cure it. In your name, Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty
liberty and justice to
for
all.
all.
Thank you very much. Council's now in session. Welcome, everybody. These Zoom meetings are, as many as I do every week, it seems like we still have a lot of fun with them. There are opportunities for what's going on around us. But welcome to everybody. We appreciate everybody being here while we're streaming this. Tonight we have no old business. We're going to pass on to the new business. The first item under the new business is a public hearing and consideration approval ordinance of rezoning 6.06 acres, Gun Road, KKLM properties. Councilman Wright and Director of Operations Brumfield, please.
We're going to let Director Brumfield fill everybody in on this one.
Thank you, Councilman Wright. As Mayor said, we did receive application for rezoning of 6.06 acres on Gun Road. We scheduled the meeting with our local newspaper and posted the property as we're supposed to. Planning and Zoning did meet this past Thursday night with only the members present. It was not open to the public. We did have questions open on Facebook. We had 2 questions that were answered. One was, who were the members of the P&Z? The other was, what is the purpose of the change in P&Z? And the answer to that is just, it was requested by the owner. It has nothing to do with approval of any plans or anything. It's just a rezoning from PUD to C2. And we had one couple that showed up outside City Hall. I spoke with them before the meeting, answered their questions, which were what's going on. I explained to them the owner had requested a change in the zoning. It was not any approval of plans or anything. And that the parcel they were concerned about wasn't even the parcel we were meeting on Thursday night. So they were happy with that. The P&Z board did go over all of the questions. They did vote to recommend approval to mayor and council. So that's what we're looking for tonight, to mayor and council to decide whether or not to give the final approval for this rezoning.
Okay, I entertain a motion for the rezoning. And after we get that on,
Mayor,
we'll do the
excuse
public
me.
one first.
Yes, we need to have a public hearing first, open the
All right, we'll
public.
do the public hearing first. Thank you for reminding me. At this time, I'll close the council meeting and open it for a public hearing. And those of you who are streaming it can send questions in if you have any online. We'll be happy to entertain them. And we'll stay in the public meeting portion for a little bit to allow people the opportunity if they have any questions.
Mayor, I do have a question. I'm looking at the live feed, and it's 12 or 13 people that are on the live feed right now. Are they supposed to just like, I guess, type in the comment section, the questions, or how does that work? Because I'm not sure if we've given them instructions on that or not.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Kate to answer that question.
Yes, Mayor. So Councilman Andrews, to address your question, if residents are looking to ask a question in relation to this public hearing, if they would just comment on the live stream and just let us know what their question is, we will address that to Mayor and Council, and I can read off any questions that are submitted.
Okay, that sounds good.
Kate, correct me if I'm wrong, but we did advertise this on our social media sites and asked for inputs at that point too, didn't we?
Yes, sir. This was addressed on Facebook in 3 separate posts. There were 600 plus people that were reached by those posts, and we just had those 2 questions. That was over a 3-week period. At this point in time, I think that there's been sufficient time for well, that's your call, but there is a little bit of a delay. So I do think that we don't have any additional questions on this live stream post.
Okay, at this point, we don't. The 2 questions we had before came before the P&Z meeting, is that correct? And nothing since then?
Yes, sir. I submitted those questions to the Planning and Zoning Board for their consideration as well.
Right. I just want to make sure we're covering everything. And I'm taking the opportunity to allow people to actually come in and ask us any more questions if there are any more questions. Okay. Kate, you see anybody trying to do anything?
No, sir. I see no questions at this point in time.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and close the public session then. It's now closed and back into the council session. At this point, then I will entertain a motion for consideration the adoption of for the rezoning.
Mayor, I move that we adopt this resolution as it is written based on the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Board.
Okay. I have a motion. I have a second. This is ordinance we do for the rezoning of the 6.06 acres.
Second.
All right, I have a second. All right, any further discussion from anybody? All right, here, no discussion. Call for the question. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, like sign. Okay, passes unanimously. Thank you very much. We go now on the new business item number 2, which is home-based business. CB Surveying LLC owner Christopher A. Branscombe, 220 Carrington Lane. Councilman Andrews and City Clerk Bedingfield, please.
Mayor, as I look at the paperwork, it looks like Mr. Branscombe is really going to do most of his work off-site. And so I don't see any issues with it whatsoever. That's actually a name that I have not heard in a long time. So if he's listening, hello, Chris. I hope things are going well. But at this time, I'd like to make a motion that we approve this home-based business license application.
Okay, I have a motion. To have a second.
Second.
Motion is second. Any additional discussion? I'm happy to have another business coming to the city of Centerville, I'll tell you. Okay, at this point, I'll call for the question. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. None. It passes unanimously. Thank you very much. And, we welcome you to the city, Mr. Branscombe. Thank you. We thank you for being a business partner with the city. Okay. Next item is a point of information, the 2020 millage rate. Councilman Evans, City Accountant Harrison, please.
So, Mr. Mayor, comes time to set the millage rate again, and so we have to go through the process. I'm going to go ahead and let city accountant give us more of the details at this time.
Thank you, Councilman Evans. Thank you, Mayor and Council. In your forms tonight, you should have 4 forms in relation to the millage rate, and I'll just kind of go through them quickly. The first form is just really the highlights of the tax roll. It has the reassessment of his existing properties, $439,882. We have an increase in real property due to new construction, increase in personal property, decrease in motor vehicle and mobile homes. So our change in our gross digest is 4.7 million. Once we account for exemptions of an increase of 3 million, we have a net change in our taxable digest of 1.6 million from 2019. So our 2020 net tax digest is $193,378,068. As we computed the rollback rate, our rollback rate is 11.944, which is less than the current rate. Property tax using the rollback rate would be $2,309,708. If you go to the next form, that is just kind of a summary or history of our senior exemptions at the top of the page. For 2020, we'll have 411 senior exemptions. In the middle of the page, I just summarized the 5 separate exemptions, of which one is the senior exemption. And at the bottom of that page is just the exemption summary from 2019, and that includes the City of Centerville's exemptions plus the county exemptions, veterans, property tax less than $7,500, etc. The next document is our current 2020 tax digest and 5-year history of levy. And if we just look at the column for 2020, again, our digest is $193 million. Our taxes levied using the millage rate of 11.9744, would be $2,309,708, or actually $15,000 more than 2019. And also it would be about $24,000 more than our fiscal year 2021 budgeted taxes. The last form is just our computation of the millage rate rollback. Of course, this form was calculated using the consolidated digest and from the county and our senior exemption list.
Okay, thank you very much. At this time, I entertain a motion on the millage rate for 2020.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we go ahead and accept the rollback rate for the next fiscal year.
Second.
I
Have a
move that
motion
we
and a second.
accept the rollback rate as the millage rate for this year.
Excellent. Okay, I have a motion and a second on the thing. You know, if I'm very pleased that we're in a position where we could do this and not either push for a tax increase or even keep current rate. You know, that will save the taxpayer some money. And since I'm a taxpayer, I love saving money. So anybody have any comments they want to make?
I do, Mayor. I'm very proud of us for being able to do what we do, since we've had the senior exemption albatross hung around our neck since 1991. And the list of properties seems to continue to grow. Most everybody understands where I come from on that. And I think other people probably agree, but I think that our city employees, our department heads, our governing body have done an exemplary job over the years to keep us in business with so much property on the tax rolls. And whenever I have an opportunity, I know I always take that. And I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me say that, but I hope one day that our city does address that particular issue because it's millions and millions of dollars that are not taxed in the city. And it just continues to make us sharp and focused on doing the right thing with the finances. And I think we do a really good job considering the circumstances.
I agree. The actual dollar amount is $3,070,469 worth of tax exemptions. And that has a significant impact, of course, on what we can do in the city. So I appreciate those comments. Okay, anybody have any further comments? All right, hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Okay, we have a new millage rate of 11.944. Unanimously approved. Thank you all very much. All right, next item here is approval resolution. Open Synovus escrow and project fund account, Councilman Andrews and City Accountant Harrison, please.
I'm gonna go ahead and let our smart accountant address that one.
Thank you, Councilman Andrews. We've got 2 bank resolutions in your folder tonight. Each resolution would open a bank account that is associated with the financing of the fire station. One is an escrow account and one is a project fund account. Basically, our loan proceeds went into the escrow account, and then as we need to pay our pay request to the contractor, we'll move the money from the escrow account into the project fund account. So tonight we're just seeking approval to adopt those 2 resolutions to open up those 2 new bank accounts with Synovus Bank.
Thank you, Carol, for doing that. I went by the fire station today, and if you haven't dropped by there, I encourage you guys to do so. It's really exciting that they haven't done a lot, but they've moved dirt, and we got a really, really nice piece of property there that the fire station is going to go on. I'm excited. But at this time, I'd like to make a motion that we open the Synovus escrow and project fund account.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion on that? I'm ready to get it started. And this is the final step to get everything moving. Get more than just dirt moving. Okay, I'll call for the question. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Hearing none, passes unanimously. We need to get both of these signed. I believe Councilman Andrews, you signatory on those?
I guess.
Well, everybody would be a signature
Everybody.
on those.
Everybody needs to sign.
Okay, I guess just the documents I have only show your name.
Yeah, everybody will be a signature on those. Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Why don't we just put Councilman Andrews on the hook for that?
He can afford it.
You ain't right.
Okay, next item we have here, item number 5 is a point of information announcement on the Fall Festival, and I'm gonna take that one. After much thought and discussion, the decision has been made to cancel the Fall Festival scheduled for October to proactively promote public health and safety concerns related to COVID-19. It's with heavy hearts, and I mean heavy hearts, we must make this decision. But we want to ensure that our residents, visitors, and vendors are safe and healthy during this unprecedented time. We look forward to bringing back all of our wonderful events in Centerville next year. And thank you, everybody, for your understanding as the mayor and council, along with the staff, had to make this hard decision. We estimated that if we had one, it'd be 3,000 to 5,000 people attending.
Wow.
And that's just more than our conscience can allow to occur.
Yeah.
All right. Item number 6 is a point of information. Police Department sale of Crown Vic. Councilman Andrews and Chief Haddon, please.
Thank you, Mayor. The chief could not be with us tonight, but I do have some information on that. I recently met with the chief on this particular issue, And the Chattahoochee Hills Police Department in Palmetto, Georgia, is going to purchase the Crown Vic from us. And the information is contained in your packet. This is a really high mileage car. It's got 164,000 miles on it. And they have agreed in this letter of intent to pay us $4,000 for the vehicle. So the chief has been instructed to sell the vehicle. So that's just a little bit of good news. We no longer have any Crown Vics in the fleet. So it was a 10-year-old car, almost 11. So it will be leaving to go to Palmetto, Georgia soon.
Mayor, I would remind you that is one of 3 vehicles that the council did declare surplus a few months ago, which made it provide authorization for the chief to sell.
That's great. Thank you for that. And now,
I do have one more thing, Mayor. If
right, I was just going to ask you, Councilman Andrews, you ready for that other one?
I am. I'd like to make a motion to remove the executive session from tonight's agenda.
Okay, I have a motion. I have a second from anybody.
Second.
Motion and a second. All right, and I will just call for the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. All right, item number 7, the executive session personnel matters is now removed. We're down to comments from the council. We'll start with post. I'm gonna go differently this time. Post 4, please.
Okay. Good afternoon. So I'd like to put a plug in for Boy Scout Troop 400. They're looking for more applicants and leaders, people who are interested in working with the Scouts, and they can get the information from the Centerville Methodist Church. That's who they're connected to. Their building is over there. They meet on Monday nights from 7 to 8:30. Me, myself, being an Eagle Scout, I think it's certainly a worthwhile program. I went through most of my scouting while I was overseas in Spain, so I had an opportunity. Most, if not all, of my scouting through most of Europe. And so it was really quite an interesting adventure. And every scouting troop offers the young folks good patriotism and community leadership, and they all work towards the same goal of becoming Eagle Scouts. And if you haven't stopped and met our Scouts in Troop 400, the leader there, Mr. Napolitano, has created all kinds of Eagle Scouts out of that one Troop 400 right here in Centerville, which is not something that everybody can brag about. So just if you have some time, check it out. I encourage you to get involved in our community and scouting. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you very much. That's great comments about the Scouts over there. I was a Scout when I was younger too, and I had some wonderful times there and some great memories till my parents moved. It wasn't a troop where I was at in the next place. Post 3, please.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for the opportunity. I just wanted to say thank you to you, to the council members, to the department heads, and to all the employees in the city of Centerville for continuing to do such a fine job providing the services that we provide to our citizens. Thank you for making the effort to keep everybody safe. So during this pandemic, none of us expected it when it came, but as always in the past, time will go by and time will heal all wounds. So I'm just saying, everybody be encouraged and hang in there.
Thank you very much. Post 2.
Nothing for me, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Post 1.
Hey, just want to remind everyone that our recycling center it remains closed due to COVID. We will reopen the first Saturday in September, which is the 5th. And I would encourage Mayor, Council, and I'm sure employees and anyone who's listening online tonight to go by Center Park and look at the progress that is being made over there. And also go by the fire station and keep an eye on that spot. It's going to change a lot over the next several months, and it's exciting. And take a ride down Church Street. The 3 huge projects that are all going on simultaneously right now that that we're helping to oversee, and it's some really exciting time right now. Regardless of what's going on in the world, there's some exciting times going on right now in Centerville, and I appreciate all the hard work from our governing body and especially the employees that are making that happen.
I think I'm going to try to make it by there about 4:30 tomorrow.
For
I
the
think
fire
I'm going to do
station.
that too.
Yeah, welcome.
For the
Tell us
reminder.
about,
Nice-
Yeah.
nice-
That was fun.
yes, that's right. We're gonna have a grand opening, a groundbreaking ceremony over there at 4:30 tomorrow. That's right. Okay, well, thank you for those comments. You were right about Center Park over there. It's looking great the way it's growing. And the whole city, is transforming itself. We never had a downtown before, but Center Park is going to be our downtown for it. It's going, when it comes together, we finalize everything in the next few years, we're going to have a downtown. We're
Just the
going to be famous
beginning.
for it. And I'm proud of the council for their foresight and being able to support this thing. It's been the last couple of councils who've actually done it, but this council has been the one that's actually had the foot on the ground, and running with it. And y'all have done a great, great job overseeing this thing. I want to remind everybody on the census, Centerville is leading in Middle Georgia for census response, but we'd sure like to get it over 70% if we can. I believe our last thing was 66.9% or something like that. We'd like to get it over 70%. So if you haven't had a chance to respond to the census, please do so. There should be some people knocking on your doors in the next few days. And with COVID-19, all I can say is, stay as safe as you can out there. Just be wise in what you do. I take my mask in every place I go, and I do it on purpose because I just don't want to spread it. And, I'm trying to be conscientious to the people around me. But you got to do what you think is right. But I think Centerville itself has done a wonderful job of responding to this because we haven't had any major breakouts anywhere in Centerville. We've had some cases, but nothing's been real major. And I think it's because our citizens respond correctly. They know how to do it. They know how to stay safe. And, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every one of you for doing that. Okay, I don't have anything else. So at this point, council meeting is hereby closed.